Are you trying to call me fat? Is that?
I didn't call you fat.
I know you didn't call me fat, but I was like, is he trying to call me fat? Hey, it's your girl Vina Divine, and I'm back to give you another divine experience. What's up? Okay, so today I'm going to be introducing a new series on my channel called Divine Talks. So basically I'm just gonna it's an inspiration, because if you haven't checked out my Instagram, you need to check it out ASAP, honey. But on my Instagram, it says beauty, well, first it says YouTube beauty fashion inspiration. So basically, like I've said plenty of times on my channel, I do not only want to be known for beauty, I want to be known for so much more. And I feel like I have a lot to give you guys because I've been through a lot. So we are definitely starting a new thing on my channel, Divine Talks. And today I actually have a special guest, honey. He a little nervous, but it's okay because I'm telling him it's okay. But anywho, I have a special guest that is very special to me, and I know that you guys will love him too. So without further ado, I'm going to bring my dad on the channel. What's up?
Hello, hello. How y'all doing? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? Hey.
Alrighty.
All right.
So my dad is going to be on the channel with me today, and we're going to be discussing a topic that I went through in my life and continue to go through. Like I said, today I'm going to be discussing a topic that I have been through in my life multiple times, and still going through and still learning myself. And as I learn myself, I fall deeper in love with myself. But yes, today I'm going to be talking about self-love. And I kind of just... What did you say, Daddy?
I said, okay. I said, all right.
Okay. So I'm gonna be talking about self-love, and I brought my dad on the channel because he had a major impact in my life when it came to that. He probably doesn't even know, because when I told him, he was like, what? But he had a major impact when it came to self-love. So we're just gonna get into a little bit about that. But first, we're just gonna introduce my dad. His name is Tommy Collins.
Yes.
Okay.
Tommy Collins.
Tommy Collins.
The father of Tiffany Collins.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
my beautiful daughter.
Yes.
I think she's doing a wonderful job. I really do.
Okay, Daddy, we're not trying to get emotional here. We're just trying to talk. Okay, great. Anywho, so basically, on a serious note, first I'm gonna do the definition of self-love just so that we can open up and talk about that. And if you don't like talking videos, I think maybe you should click out, but I also feel like maybe you can gain something from this today.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm just kind of flowing. I didn't give my dad any points or anything like that.
Yeah, she just put me up here, y'all. She just put me up here and said, we're gonna go, and I don't know exactly everything, but she said we're gonna talk about self-love, and she just put me out here, so I'm here. I'm just gonna flow.
Exactly, because then he would have tried to preach to y'all, and I ain't got time for that.
Yes.
We ain't got time for that. We don't got
Deliverance.
time.
Breakthrough.
Not now. On Sunday, throughout the week, cool. But right now, we're talking about self-love. We are not doing a preaching sermon. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Getting him all the way together. Thank you. So self-love is regard for one's own well-being, happiness, considered as a desirable rather than narcissistic characteristic. Okay, so basically, being happy with yourself, I think, is what self-love means to me, and then you can go into what self-love means to you. But I think being happy with yourself, loving yourself no matter what, not letting people's opinion about you change what you feel about yourself. And that's very big, because that's why you see a lot of people out here that are not happy with themselves or want to harm themselves or anything like that, because of the society that we're in now.
Right.
They are so critical on your appearance, critical on everything. You can have one hair out of place and they're talking about you like a dog in these streets,
right.
You know? And that shouldn't define who you are. At the end of the day. You should define who you are, and that's by getting to know yourself, loving yourself, spending time with yourself, and knowing that it's okay to be alone. Period. You don't always have to have people around you. You don't always have to feel accepted. You just be you, and if you're true to who you are, then that's all you really need, because then nobody can persuade you on who you are or try to mold you into who they want you to be, because you stand in who you are. So Daddy, talk to us about what you feel self-love is. And
yeah, self-love is being able to spend time with yourself and then knowing who you are. And I believe it has a lot to do with your thinking capacity. You know, how do you think about yourself? What are you thinking on a daily basis? I think that's a very important how you think, because how you think about you, it comes out of you. You know, what you think about you. You know what I'm saying? And once you have a good, healthy thinking capacity of who you are, then nobody can take that from you.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? Because, and then you need to be free in who you are. I'm not saying be, disrespectful to anybody or anything like that, but I'm saying just be who you are. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe that that's so attractive when you know who you are, and you walking in confidence, and you love who you are, and then it's all about, who you are. I believe you attract who you are. Your thinking capacity will attract other people to you, and then you can take a look. You can just observe and see what's around you by what you attract. Do you attract a lot of negativity? The people around you, are they negative? You know what I mean? Are they? Do they love themselves? Do they care about themselves? And just by watching what they say, and also watching their actions, the people that are around you, that gives you a good look at who you are. Because like I say, you attract who you are. But it all has to do with your thinking capacity. And one thing, how we tried to raise our kids was we never tried to speak negative to them. If we got in an argument, we never said you low down dirty dog, or you just ain't nothing, or you ain't gonna be nothing. We never said that to our kids. And so that's why I believe that they have turned out the way that they have turned out. We always tried to be positive. We always tried to set a good example, not just so much as what we did, but also in what we said. We always try to set up a positive atmosphere, even though we've had major challenges in our family. I mean, we struggled. We've been through a lot. Tiffany has been through a lot in life, and that's why I believe she could be a good witness and a good example to this channel and everything. And she's a leader, and that's because of the challenges that we all face together as a family. And I think what happened with that, it helped us to become stronger. But it's very important for you to love yourself. It's very important for you to take care of yourself. It's very important for you to spend time with yourself, because you are valuable. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care where you come from, and I'm not trying to preach.
Because you are preaching.
No, I'm not preaching.
And I definitely told him before we got on here that he don't need to be preaching.
She just explained to me about. She said I need to talk about self-love. Did she say that? She said that. That was what she said.
Daddy, I'm
She said that. I'm just explaining my side.
First of all, he came to preach. Let me expose him.
Millennials, y'all know I ain't up here preaching.
No,
I'm just talking to you.
He came to preach because who brings a preacher's towel?
I brought it.
He brought the preacher's towel.
Lord Jesus. Well, let me tell you something. When you invite a preacher, some preacher gonna come out. I don't care what.
Oh my gosh, so annoying. But getting back to the
But yeah, self-love is very important.
Yes.
It's very important that you love yourself. you know.
And
I know it's tough. I know it's tough, if you, especially, you know, if you didn't have parents and people who, you know, was positive in your life. But you know what? You can find some people that can be positive in your life. You can find mentors. You can find people to help to encourage you, to help to push you to your next level, to push you to your next place. You know what I mean? But it's very important that you walk in self-love. I don't think, you know, when you walk into self-love, you shouldn't just take anything from people. You shouldn't just, you know, when you set yourself on a standard, you stay on that standard. You don't let nobody pull you down. You know what I mean? So I'm just going, let me just be quiet here. A
lot of people ask me where do you get your confidence from? Or, you know, they say that one thing that they like about me is my confidence. First of all, it wasn't just I just woke up one day and became confident in myself. When I was younger, I wasn't really confident in myself, and I used to, in middle school, it was middle school or like the way beginning of high school, I used to wear baggy clothes, and I didn't like my shape, I didn't like how I looked, and I walked around with not being confident, and I hid, if this makes sense, I hid my personality behind my friend's personality. So not a lot of people, like, if they knew who I hung out with, they knew of me, but they didn't really know what I brought to the table, I should say, because I always hid behind my friends, because my friends always had more of a personality when I was younger, more than me. My personality was there, but I used to hide behind that because I didn't like how I looked. And also, there was guys in school that used to go on me, like, when people used to joan on people. I don't know if that's really a thing now, but I used to get joned on and be sitting there like stuck, like, because I didn't have nothing to say back, first of all, and second of all, I was like, wow, like, these people are just going on me for no reason. And I used to laugh it off, but really deep down inside, it did hurt me, and it made me like go into a shell until I moved from that school that I went to, and I went to another school, and I was very quiet. And I started meeting people, and I don't know, I just started just being myself, I guess, like being talkative and just opening up to myself. That was like the beginning of my self-love journey. But hey, Tim.
Yeah, that's my son just walked
He's
by.
not gonna say anything.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of times when people do that, I know when I was coming up, I consider myself, back then,
here we go.
Kind of had it, well, I still got it going on, you know what I'm saying? The swag is still there.
Right.
But I remember when I was in high school, the girls used to call me Big Nose. If y'all don't know, I do have a nice size nose. I'm quite sure y'all can see that, can't you? But the ones that used to do that, kind of find out those was the ones that liked me. You know what I mean? So sometimes people just don't know how to come up to you. You know what I mean? I'm saying, because sometimes sometimes confidence can be flowing out of you, and love can be flowing out, and you don't even really know you have it. You know what I mean? So it's a strong possibility that even in that, what she went through is that, the guys probably was just liking her, just didn't know how to just come in and say, what, I think you look cute or whatever, because I know my daughter looks beautiful.
You better let them know, Daddy. Let them know, honey. It's self-love, and just getting back to our topic, self-love is very important. And you gotta have it, you gotta have that self-love, and you have to work on it. You know what I mean? Whatever you need to do. If you don't like the way you look, then we gotta change how we look, right? That's actually perfect.
You know what I mean? We have to.
He said that.
Right.
Because there was and the reason why I brought him on my channel, like I said in the beginning, there was a defining moment in my life which changed how I viewed myself and how I looked at myself and how I carried myself. I was walking around complaining about how much weight I had. I was like, I'm so fat. I used to say it every day to my mom and my dad. I'm like, I'm so fat, I'm so ugly, right. Nobody's gonna like this, whatever. And one day, instead of my dad saying, baby, you're not fat, you're not fat, he was like, Tiffany, if you don't like it, you need to get up and change it.
Right.
And I was like, are you trying to call me didn't call me fat.
I
But I was
didn't
like,
call you
is he trying to call me fat? But then I realized, looking back on it, it was a life-changing moment for me, even though it was so small, because I was like, okay, I do need to get up and change it. And I started going to the gym, and I started eating healthy, and I started, you know, changing my life and for the better in that aspect, you know, because I was like, wow, like what? And when it comes from somebody that means so much to you in your life, and they sit and has made an impact on your life. And my dad is right. They've never told me that I couldn't be anything. Our family motto is to never give up.
That's it.
So
Never quit.
That my dad used to be like, stand there and be like, the Collins will never quit.
Never quit.
And
Never.
so that was that's always been instilled in me since I was younger. So the fact that I let all these thoughts come up in my head, it was crazy. But when he said that changed everything for me, and I literally got up and started, you know, doing what I need to do. So I say that to say, if you feel bad about yourself, if anything, it makes you feel some type of way about yourself and that you're not good enough, it literally takes one moment to change it. One defining moment in your life, and that will change the next part of your life, or get you to the next step where you need to be in your life. And that for me definitely changed it. Like, you know, my dad has always been like the man in my life, so for him to say that, I was like, wow, like, okay, fine, I guess I will, like, okay. So that was, I don't know if you know that, Daddy, or if you even remember that when you told me that.
No, I don't. Only thing I remember telling them all the time is never quit. We don't quit. We don't give up. You know, and that's why I believe that they are turning out the way that they are turning out.
Because I can say all day that I don't want to do something, but when it's like a dream or a goal of mine, I could for a couple days be like, okay, I'm not doing that, and then the next day I find myself trying again. Like, it's like, and it's instilled in me that to never give up, even if you fail, even if you get down, something happens, to never give up. So it's like a good thing and a bad thing, because it's just like, I'm done. I don't want to do it, period. I don't want to do it anymore.
Right.
But then my brother's laughing at me. But then it's always that little voice in your head, that's like, get back up, do it, you can do it.
Right.
And so that was, you know, it's been.
And I think that has to do with, like, you know, that has to do with how they was raised, you know, because we've been in some, like I said, we've been in some devastating situations, some situations where this family shouldn't have got up. We should have just threw in the towel. But me and her mom, we never quit. We never gave up. We've always spoke positive. We've always spoke, and we always got up, and always, you know, regardless of how bad it looked, you know, we kept pushing forward. And that's how you have to be about your self-love. You have to be determined that you're gonna love yourself. You have to find something about yourself that you know that is good about you, and then you cultivate that thing. You cultivate it. You work it. You cultivate it. You work it.
That's what
you know what I
do.
mean? You work it. You know, you might have a nice walk. You might have that might be the only thing that you have, and that might be the only thing that you have. You might not be.
Wow.
I'm serious. Listen, you might have a nice walk, but yet you might not be the prettiest, or you might not be the most handsomest. Okay?
Daddy, are you trying to call my people not pretty?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just a guest on this channel.
Each and every one of you is beautiful.
I'm just a guest on the channel. What I'm saying is that cultivate what you got. Use what you got. Because have you ever seen anybody? Have you ever seen a couple that one person didn't look so hot and the other person was a smoker? But I mean a smoker, they was fine or had swag.
A smoker. Oh my God.
And you say, how did they get that person? You know what I mean? You ever seen a person that didn't look so hot, but yet the confidence was flowing out of them? You can see that they carried themselves in such a way that they was a person.
To them.
It looks very attractive. It looks very attractive. And so you don't have to look so good, but if you know who you are and you love and you love you, then you're gonna, people not just gonna just give you anything. They're not just gonna just give you anything. They're not just gonna say anything to you. You understand what I'm saying? Because that aroma, that, you know, that confidence, that love is flowing out of you, and you're gonna attract that to you.
When someone knows that you love yourself, they're not gonna treat you a way that you're not gonna treat yourself, or you're not gonna allow them to treat you the way that you won't treat yourself. You're gonna have boundaries. You're gonna have, you know, things set in place where they know not to cross that, because they know that you love yourself too much to allow them to disrespect you in any type of way. And so I feel like that self-love is the first thing you need to have when you're trying to do anything, because a lot of people on your journey of whatever you're trying to do is gonna tell you you can't do it. They're gonna tell you you don't look the part. They're gonna tell you all these things, and if you know that you know that you know, you won't give up. You're gonna keep going, because you know that no, I love myself enough to carry myself through this. I'm gonna get through this no matter what. I remember when I first was starting my channel, and my dad came to my house, and he was parking he parked in the future resident parking, and I came to the car, and he was like, hey daughter, whatever. And first of all, like I said in my sister's tag, I'm a daddy's girl. Me and my mom talk all the time. That's my best friend, like we talk every day, but I'm definitely a daddy's girl. But I came to the car, and we hadn't seen each other in a long time, so we got out the car, we hugged each other tight or whatever, and then he gets back in the car, and I'm about to leave, and he was like, Tiffany, you know you're beautiful, right? And I was like, yes, I know I'm beautiful. And he was like, no. You know that you know that you know that you know that you're beautiful. And I'm like, yes, daddy. Like, cause I'm like, first of all, are we about to go into a talk? Like, what are we about to do? What are we about to do? But he said, you need to know that you're beautiful, because there's gonna be a lot of people out there when you really start your channel and really get out there that are gonna try to tell you different, and you have to know that you're beautiful within yourself so that you can push past that. And another defining moment for me, and that's why somebody cannot walk up to me and tell me that I'm not beautiful, I'm not worth it, I'm not worthy, none of that, because I know that I know that I know that I am. And that's not even on being being cocky, that's just knowing yourself and just being with yourself in a quiet time and just loving on yourself and having positive thoughts daily.
That's very
that important. Right now, my mom actually, I had another defining moment one of these Sundays, last Sunday was it, and my mom, if you didn't know, now you know, my parents are pastors. Yay, great.
Glory be to God. Give Jesus all the glory.
Jesus. Okay, thank you, Daddy. Thank you. So my mom was teaching on Sunday, and I came in a little late, and I'm sitting down, I'm listening, and I came to support because when I'm working, I live a little far, not that far, but when I'm working, I can't get over here as much as I want to. But I decided to come that Sunday. Something was like, get up, go to church, and I was like, okay. So then I went to church, and my mom was talking about positive thinking and not complaining.
Oh yeah.
And that was another life-changing moment for me, because she started, it was like she was trying to call me out over there. And I'm like, first of all, what did I do to you? What did I do to you? Because last time I checked, when we got off the phone this morning, we were good. But she tried to call me out. She sure did. But she wasn't calling me out, but her message was hitting me so hard, because I realized that I complained so much, like, about things, like, because I want certain things in my life to go the way that I think they should go. And when it's not happening that way, I get to complaining, I get to being sad. depressed. I'm like, okay, this is not working the way I wanted to. And so she was talking about complaining and literally changed it for me. And ever since then, I've been doing affirmations every morning, you know, talking to God. If you're religious, whoever you talk to, like, you know, been talking to God every morning when I wake up, because at the end of the day, I woke up for another day. I woke up to go chase my dreams another day. I woke up to be beautiful another day. Like, so speaking to yourself, speaking positive to yourself also will gain you self-love and happiness with yourself, because if you're always thinking positive thoughts, nothing negative is going to come in and hit you because you're always thinking positive.
It's called cultivating. I call it cultivating your love factor.
Oh,
that's what I call it. I call it
yes,
cultivating. It's like a farmer who I don't know exactly the machine that they use, but they use it to till the ground, and that's what happens you have to till your love factor ground on an everyday basis. You know, a farmer, when they use this machine and they dig up the ground in order to put the seeds in the ground, okay, to cover it up so that a harvest can grow. So if I cultivate my love factor every day and speak positive every day, and and even one thing that my wife told us to do was also we should go in the mirror and look at ourselves and say, I love you. And all of your faults and all of the situations that you might be dealing with, you should still tell yourself that I love you. You know, you have to sometimes, I know this might sound crazy, but you got to speak to yourself. You know what I mean? And so this is very important, because as I'm speaking positive on a continual basis, I'm literally feeding my love factor. And that's keeping me focused. Okay, that's keeping me focused. So it's very important what you think. It's very important what you think, because, you know, if you think good about yourself and you meditate and you think good about yourself, then good things will come to you. It will come to you.
Yes,
you know
that's
what I mean?
very true. Yeah, because ever since I've been doing my affirmations and I've been able to eat healthier, go to the gym, wake up with a positive mindset, and that just start my day. So I think that's a great start to Divine Talks. I'm so happy that my dad was here to join me today.
Yes, I enjoyed this. I hope you invite me back. I hope y'all like the channel and support.
Yes, Daddy. Tell them to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. I know she has some great other topics that she's going to be talking about, and like I said, you know, the things that she's talking about, a lot of things that she's talking about, she have lived them. She have walked them out. And that's what you want. You want people who you can follow, who has experience, and who have walked out certain things in their life. And so, because then it will be very impactful for you, you know, and it will be very encouraging to you. So I'm just glad that I was allowed to come on today and be a support and everything. But love yourself. Take yourself out. Go to the movies, man. Treat yourself. You know what I mean? Because the more you love yourself, then the more you can love other people.
Yeah. Maybe the next one I'll do is talking about basically going, because I went through a season where I felt like I didn't have friends. A couple people probably would be very offended by that, my two best friends, but they know what I'm talking about. But I don't see them as friends. I see them as sisters. But I'll definitely talk about, maybe that would be the next thing, because that also plays into self-love. Just because you're alone does not mean you shouldn't love yourself. Like, you shouldn't take yourself out. You shouldn't get to know yourself, because you're constantly evolving. You're constantly changing. But yeah.
Yeah, let me just say that sometimes being alone is a good thing, because being alone sometimes helps you to focus on who you really are. I think everybody should have some alone time. I think every day you should have some alone time to kind of analyze where you're at and kind of analyze what you want to do in your life, you know, where you want to go. I think that's very important, because the more you know who you are and the more you operate in the gifts and the talents of what God have given you,
hallelujah,
the more effective you're going to be in life.
Hallelujah.
Because it's all about us being,
thank you, Jesus.
No, it's all about us being a blessing to other people. and being encouragement to other people. It's all about it. That's why we're here on earth.
Thank you. Okay, great. Thank you guys for joining us for Divine Divine Talks.
Yes.
I love you guys so much.
I love
Please
you so much
remember
as well.
to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, please.
Let me know what you guys thought about this video in the comments below. I definitely want to start the dialogue. It's your girl, Avina Divine, and I'm here to stay, never play, here to stay, always slay. Yes, baby, it's me. So definitely keep on watching the next video. There's a next video. I think you guys should definitely watch that video because you guys loved me, period. So thank you. Have an amazing day. I love you guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.